Hello. Welcome to Colors of Autism on this beautiful day. I wanted to come and talk to you a little bit about what it's like in my world as a mom with a child who has autism, and just kind of give you the real deal today. So I've had so many people reach out to me and ask me different questions about the day, about Julian, about all that good stuff. So I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. So for me, I do have a full-time job, work a full-time job from home, and Julian is also homeschooled. So he's here all day. We do have an ABA team that is here with him and that sees after him as well throughout the day. So that gives me a little break. But what I want to talk about is pretty much how is it, what is it like for us? So Julian is a very joyful kid, a very bright kid. He's happy all the time usually, except for, there are some behavior issues that we do go through as well. It is very tiring for myself. I have to pretty much watch Julian 24 hours a day. And we know that's not possible, but we do have to watch Julian constantly to see what he's into, what is he doing, little things like that. So for example, of a incident where, I went to the bathroom for 5 seconds, went to the bathroom and came back out, and we have a brand new fish tank, and Julian decided to go ahead and he pretty much decided to go ahead and put the whole container of fish food into the fish tank. And when I came out, there was tons of food floating in the fish tank, tons of food floating in the rocks. And it was just like, really? All I wanted to do was go to the bathroom. So just leaving him alone for those 2 seconds of going to the bathroom sometimes can mean Julian getting into something that, I didn't know he was going to get into. I didn't know that he would do or whatever. So that day was very frustrating for me, and I'll put the pictures in the video so you can see what the fish tank look like before he put all the food in there, and then I'll do put a picture in when Julian after he dumped all the fish food in there. So I was already very tired, and I was already very agitated because I have not had enough rest lately. And just to add on top of this, my husband was at work, I was here by myself, and it was the weekend, and I was just like, I just want to go to the bathroom by myself. And some days it's like that. Like, I cannot go to the bathroom with closing the door, because I don't know what he's going to get into. I don't know what he's going to figure in his brain, figure out that he can do by himself. And we know that, he didn't mean any harm by putting the food in the fish tank. He was simply trying to feed the fish like his father does. He wanted to do like daddy and feed the fish. Well, he overfed the fish, of course. And the fish food was put up, before you ask, well, what was the fish food? The fish food was put up on top of the counter. He actually climbed on the kitchen sink and got to the cabinet above the kitchen sink and got the food out. That's how he got it. We didn't realize that he even knew where the food was. We called ourselves putting it up. But of course, Julian found out, where their food was. So for a day like that, I was already tired. I was agitated. Julian wanted to feed the fish. In his mind, he could feed the fish. There was nothing wrong with feeding the fish. And he wanted to help us. Great. But for me, I understood, that he wanted to feed the fish, but it was like, no, Julian, you need to wait for mom and dad to feed the fish. You can't feed the fish on your own. And stuff like that happens all day, all the time. Another example would be, he wanted to mop the floor. He wanted to help him mop the floor. And I filled the mop bucket up, went to grab the mop, come back, he's poured the entire mop bucket on the floor, and he says, "Oh, Mom, I'm helping mopping." So just the little stuff like this, you have to watch him. You have to see what he's doing. He has to be in my, vision where I can see him throughout the day, because I don't know what he's going to get into. Because, that's kids with autism. They have their own mind. They have their own thinking. And we have to remember, we are not in, they're not in our world. We are in their world. So we think different. We're on two different paths. So it's my job as a mom to understand where my son is, mentally, to understand the nonverbal communication that he gives me, to understand the nonverbal gestures, or gestures in general, what he gives me. So it's very difficult to understand and know, what to do. That is very difficult. So that day I actually cried. I meant to video about it, but I was tired, and I meant to video it, but I cried because I just needed a second to use the bathroom. And what I ended up doing was trying to put Julian down for a nap. He didn't, of course, want a nap. Sometimes autistic kids or individuals, they have a hard time sleeping, and their sleep schedule is off. So sometimes we don't take a nap every day. Sometimes nap is like, no. And then when it's bedtime, it's still like, I'm ramped up. No, not going to go to bed. So, every kid, every adult is different when it comes to autism. And that's one thing I do hope people understand, that when someone is on the spectrum, every kid is not the same. Every kid is different. Every adult autistic person is different. There's no the same of anything. So if someone says, "Oh yeah, they're all the same," that's not true. And another thing is, you cannot tell if a child has autism or not just by their looks. I get that all the time. "Oh, he doesn't look autistic." What does autism or autistic child or individual look like? There is no look for it. Like myself, I have lupus, and people are like, "Oh, you don't look like you have lupus." What does lupus look like? You can't physically see my pain. So what does it look like? So there's a lot of misconceptions about autism, and the way it looks, autism and the way people perceive it to be one thing, and it's not. So we just have to, be kind to each other, and not assume anything. Your autistic child may be different than my autistic child. Your child may be nonverbal, mine may be verbal. Whatever the case may be, it's just that we need to be able to support each other, and to support the fact that, hey, you're an autistic parent just like I am. So yeah, it's not easy having an autistic child. It's not easy having, having different things that every day is different. Every situation is different. I may wake up today and he may be a totally different changed child than he was yesterday. So with that being said, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, like, "Oh, I know he's going to do this," or "I know he's going to do that." I don't know what he's going to do every day, because my child is different every day. Every day I'm learning something new about him. Every day there's something always new. So you can't assume, "Oh, Julian is gonna," no, it's different. And I just, I just want to encourage families out there that are experiencing this and going on this journey. It's not a bad journey at all. First of all, let's get that out of our head. It is not a bad journey. It is a very good journey. It teaches you about yourself. It gives you patience. It teaches you more about love, how to have love, and you experience love totally different. This is a different type of love I've ever experienced before. And I just know that, he's special. He's special to me, he's special to my husband. He's special to our family. So, everybody needs to understand that having an autistic child is not a bad thing. It is a blessing in so many ways. We found that Julian's gift really is he's a comedian. Like, he cracks us up, and unintentionally. If you ever get to know him or get to see him in public, you know, he's hilarious. He cracks us up. He's always doing something different. I love him. He's the life of the party. Our house is always loud. Our house is always fun. There's no telling what's gonna happen. But there are those days where it is, you know, I'm tired. I am frustrated. I am, you know, just like, I need a minute. I need to go sit in the closet, you know, by myself to gather my thoughts. And then, you know, I work full time. So that's another thing, like, you know, working and, you know, being that parent that's there pretty much all day. My husband works, he's gone usually 11, 12 hours a day on his job. So when he gets home, he's tired. He's like, okay, Julian, give me a second. So, you know, all of that, you know, it makes up, you know, it's different. Your day is different. It's always going to be different. I just want to say, just as a parent or as a family member, just be supportive to the parents as much as possible. Don't assume. Everything does not need to be you know, a yell or a holler or anything like that. Just watch and sit back and see what that child needs, what the parent needs, you know. Even if it's just, hey, just want to say hi, how are you doing today, you know, that's fine. We monitor Julian a lot. We don't let him go with a lot of people in the family because everybody does not know how to, you know, deal with him. So I don't know how their patience is, and I just know my patience and my husband's patience. You know, it is what it is. We do not just send him off to different family members. No, that's not going to happen. Because he is very needy. You have to watch him, like I said before. So for the parents that are out there that, you know, do have a loved one with autism and do have a loved one that, you know, any type of special needs, just know that, you know, they're here for a reason. God sent them to you for a reason. Whatever that reason may be. They are special. They are lovable. They are teachable. And let's just not give up on them. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your spouse. Just know that whatever it is that God has you doing at this time for them and with them, it's for a reason. And the fact, just don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself the will to, not the will, but just give yourself a breath of fresh air. Seriously and literally. Everything is not going to be how the day is supposed to be planned out every day. It's not going to be like that every day. It is going to be different. And just know that this difference is okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to, you know, just be like, it's not it today. Today not it. I'm not gonna do this. I can't do this. Just understand that it is okay not to be okay. Just get up and start over and keep going. That's my best advice for you today. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you. Now I will share more in detailed stuff as it comes, and I've got stories, but I just didn't want the video to be so long. I wanted you to be able to listen to it to the end, to its entirety. So yep, thank you for joining me today in my little rant about autism. I appreciate it. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and also tell your friends and family that may have people that are autistic, whether they're adults or children, to come and join our channel, like it, subscribe, and hopefully you enjoy what we've put out. So, and I'm also open to questions. You can also email us if you have questions at colors, COLORSS, of autism, one word, at gmail.com. We will respond to you within 24 hours. So thank you so much, you guys. Have a blessed day. Thank you.